Hey, hey.
What's going on?
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR, live edition on winter break.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, I don't expect a whole bunch of people to be popping in here, but we could be pleasantly surprised.
We could be. We could
Yeah,
be.
it's totally random. I actually was laying on the couch and Gary comes over and goes, "What do you want to do, Mel?" And I was like, "Well, I actually was kind of thinking about we could do a lunchtime live." And Gary was like, "Well, all right, let's do this." So we literally planned this live like 10 minutes ago. As you can see, I am still in my jammies,
Yeah,
as is Gary.
I'm still in my jammies too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lazy day today, friends. We're on winter break. The kids are all home. We've been thoroughly enjoying the Christmas vacation and
Yeah.
now going into New Year's break, right? So 'tis the season.
Yes.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think I caught a little bit of the crud that's running around a little bit. I did take some NyQuil last night and I took some DayQuil this morning, and I'm hoping that I can be gone with it before New Year's Eve because I'm supposed to be the one making the turkey and all the fixins, which I'm planning on doing. That's why
Yep.
I'm extra taking it easy. So,
Yeah.
and we have a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got,
We have a busy
couple
day
of busy
tomorrow.
days.
So,
So-
before we go, and keep
Squirrel off and keep
squirrel
on
off and
going.
ramble on and on and on. We're gonna say hey to Brenda Shutterfield. Hey, what's going on, Brenda?
What's going on? What's going on?
Mr. Dale Cherry, hello. Sean Clark, hello, Shorty from Pennsylvania.
Hey, hey.
Hey, are you guys pounded with snow? There was some snow last night, like to some of our northern friends in Missouri. There's a channel that I know we're not playing around. Tiny.
Stop talking with your
I
hands.
can't help it. It's what I do, all right? It's what I do. Go back. Go back to which you came. All right, anyway. We have some, I have some friends that are up in Missouri, and they have a YouTube channel. Actually, I'm going to give them a shameless plug. Go over and check them out. It's Can't Contain Us. Summer and Cody, very good friends, internet friends. I haven't met them in person yet. But we follow each other on YouTube, and we also follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
Super sweet younger couple, and if you can't tell by the name, Can't Contain Us, they're building out a container home.
Yeah.
And they're doing a phenomenal job. So all the love and support going over to them, but I just saw on her stories that she's having some winter flurries going around.
Oh, man.
So it's already, and they're not too far away. I want to have a meetup with them at some point because they seem like we've been talking for a while and they're really cool people.
Yeah.
Anyway, and they're just on the other side of the border. So if they're getting snow, like it's coming up close for us too.
Yep.
I know, it's scary. It's scary. But at the same time, very exciting. I love this time of year.
Nothing yet on the forecast, though.
No, not yet.
Thankfully.
David Taylor says, Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you too, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Ron says, Ron Sibla, I'm so sorry, Ron. Ugh. He says, it's the first live chat that I've caught. Enjoy your channel. Well, thank you for being here,
thank you.
Ron. And I'm happy that you could catch this one. Mm-hmm. Now, I will warn you, if this
We're
is
a
your
little
first,
squirrely.
yeah, if this is your first time ever watching a live chat, the camera does what it wants. And we go from topic to topic as our brain just kind of goes, and the chat, and yeah, so thanks for hanging tough with us. Mike Birch, what's up, guys? What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
Very good to see you. Did you have a happy Merry Christmas? I hope you guys all did.
Yes.
I'm going to scroll. Oh, Tundra Jason, what's up, bro?
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man? Good to see you in here. Oh, and Ridge Life is in here too. What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
No work life. I'm following your lead today, Tim, and I promise to not get out of my jammies all day long. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom because I can get in the thing, and I've asked some questions. Let's see if they've answered. Let's see. Getting my tree down and cleaning up the mess. You guys have a wonderful day, says Michelle Sprinkle. I did that, was it yesterday, day before?
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday. I took down the tree, got it all put away.
Could have been the day before.
I think it was the day before. Yesterday, I don't remember doing the tree. Yesterday, I did more laundry and stuff.
Can't remember, but I know that I put it all away.
Yeah, we got it all we got Christmas all tucked away and put away now.
Yep.
And now I like to put it away like a day or two after Christmas, not like the following day. I usually wait till about the 27th or the 28th, and I think I did it on the 27th. I think it was the day before yesterday.
I don't know. I have no idea, but our living room is now massive again.
Yeah, it looks so big, doesn't it? Doesn't your house, like, all of a sudden
like,
you feel like,
whoa.
wow, I gained all this square footage, you know? When really it's the same square footage you're working with all along, but it's just you put away all the
All the stuff.
decor.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it feels huge. Let's see. Glad you guys are able to be chilling so you can feel better and feel extra time to get ready to ring in the new year, says Carol. Blessings.
Yes.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't. So, David, our good friend David, would come on homesteading. He's super sick, and
Yep.
unfortunately, like, he caught the crud and stuff while he was over in South Carolina, hanging out with his nieces and brother and stuff like that for the Christmas, and all of them got sick too at the same time. Now, I haven't seen David in a couple weeks.
No.
Well, actually, no, I seen him right before he left.
Right before we left.
But I would have caught it for the Christmas.
No.
So I don't have the same crud and stuff that he's got. I don't know. I don't know what I got. I'm the only one with it too. The kids are good. Gary's good.
Sort of trying to
Yeah,
stay away.
he's like, oh yeah. What is that? Ridge Life donated through Super Chat. Thank you, Ridge Life.
Thank
We got
you,
that
buddy.
squirrel going. Hey, thanks, man. He says no work life. My SLR visit video was a little slow, so I changed the thumbnail to close up of Mel and Gary, and it's taken off. Everyone loves SLR.
That's
Hey.
funny.
Happy to do it, man.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
to do it. Thank you for coming out and visiting with us. And
That was a great time.
it was a very good time. I was very happy to have Jen out here and
Yeah.
being able to show her everything and check out how we live and see the pond and
No.
the animals and all the things. It was very nice. It was very, very good to have you, Tim. And thank you for the super chat making that squirrel dance.
Heck yeah.
You know what I mean? And Curtis Arnold also making the squirrel dance. Yeah, he sent us a super chat and he says Happy New Year's.
Thank you so much, Curtis.
Well, thank you back to you too, sir. I hope that you had a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever that you celebrate for this time of year. And I hope that you have a blessed Happy New Year going into the new year.
Oh, it's going to be a good new year.
It is.
It's going to be a good one, and I'm looking forward to 2024. There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot happening.
Well, I guess we
A
could
lot.
talk about some of that and like the things that we're going to be looking forward to. Because 2023, guys, this year we did squirrel off quite a bit as far as like our main objective of finishing the cabin, which you guys here on Real Talk know that's not like the ultimate main objective. The main objective is a change in life, which we've achieved. But this year, you know, we really wanted to get the cabin structure framed out, get it dried in and built, which we did. But we also wanted to get ourselves a little bit more established in our homestead, because it's not just a cabin that we're building the whole homestead.
Trying to do the whole dream of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, our dream, in all reality wise, we try to set goals all the time. And we always have a 5-year goal.
Yeah, always.
It's always rolling. And as soon as we get close to that 5-year goal, we end up sitting there and looking at it again and trying to be like, okay, what's another 5-year goal that we can add to this, you know?
Well, the goalpost
it's
is
just
always adjusting, depending on
is.
life, right?
Yes,
So-
it is. But at the same time, it's like that original 5-year goal is always there.
Excuse me.
Right? The original 5-year. And we complete it, you know, and there might be some things in that 5-year for another 5-year, you know, to finish out the first 5-year to get to another 5-year. And it just continuously trying to plan out everything. And I mean, I personally, we have set the plan for this 5-year goal of having a homestead completely set up and done, you know, and building the house. I put myself in a timeline of 3 years, and we didn't break ground at all on the house until July of 2021, I want to say, or was it 2022? I want to say it was 2022 actually.
It was 2021. We had Rooster come out and dig out with when we had the whole area cleared. It was 2021.
Okay.
And then it was July. We started pickaxing. We didn't get the delivery of the blocks until, I want to say,
It was like August,
no, it was like November.
November.
It was like November we got the
Right around
delivery
that
of the
ballpark.
blocks.
Yep.
And then we started working on the blocks, and then we got
Either which way, we're only 2 years into it. Close to. A little over.
Yeah, I'd say
So-
about 2 years. I'd say like about a year and a half, 2 years, because if you want to count from getting it cleared out You know, that would be July of 2021 to July of 2023. That's 2 years,
Yep.
right? But we did a lot of this stuff by hand. We've helped out our friends along the way. We're raising 3 children. We're
And
paying
still
cash as we
We're
go.
still under the 3-year mark, though.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm looking at it, is the exterior. Once that is all situated and done, inside really isn't going to be much.
Nah.
Like, it's really not going to be
I mean,
a
there's
whole
a lot
crazy...
of little things that you got to do,
There's
right?
a lot of little things, yes. But in all reality-wise, it doesn't really... Like, you don't have to go all crazy. There's
Nah.
certain things that you can do, you know, and it goes by pretty quickly, especially when you're doing plumbing and everything else, and you do the biggest piping first, ideally, which means the AC needs to be done.
Yeah.
And then after that, you do all the plumbing.
Well, I guess
so all the
that
plumbing
goes-
would be done,
that
and then
could
it's like,
serve-
okay, electrical. Once electrical's all done, then it's like insulation and put up the wall, like, and interior aspects, and now it's flooring. Okay, once that's all said and done, it's like, okay, well, now we've got everything done. There really isn't a whole lot. So
Yeah.
it's the exterior aspect that really, there's a lot of things that need to be done
So I
beforehand.
guess that circles back around to why we haven't put siding on our cabin yet, is because of the AC and all these things that Gary's tickling around in his brain.
No.
And the zipboard system, it's not getting weathered when it's on the side of the wall like that. Now, the roofing, we talked about how, like, our friends up north are starting to get flurries of snow. The fact that they're getting it means that we're only like 2 weeks away from starting to get our snow. So Gary and I are going to have to put foot to butt, if you know what I mean. And we're
And
going
I've
to
been
have
looking at
to
it
use
for
that
this
ice
week.
and water shield that we already purchased.
I was been looking at this week, and like, what's going to be a good day for us to get up there on that roof? And it looks like Saturday is going to be the best day. So it'll be like 53 degrees outside.
Real quick, Ridge Life says, viewers had to remind me I was there for the rabbits after the trusses. The viewers know, haha.
Yep.
Yes, you were here for the delivery
Yes.
of our rabbits, which I love our rabbits. Thank you so much. If you guys missed it, over on Tim's video when he was over here visiting. Sorry guys, it's still early. I have some NyQuil in my system. I'm working on the coffee. Anyway, when Tim was over here visiting, we actually did breed our mama rabbit again.
Yep.
And he was thumping. It took very well, and I got the calendar marked, so it's like right around my birthday actually is when we're going to be expecting our next litter of kits.
Yep.
We're going to do it a little bit differently this time around. We're going to move Mama to the grow out pen.
Yeah.
And still give her the box and the hay and all that stuff, but I think just by moving her to where she's not saving. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you so much. I'm going to check that out just 1 second. Let me finish my thought. But we'll move her over. So I think that if she's not sharing a wire with
the males, maybe she won't be so, I don't know, crazy.
She abandoned them last time. She didn't eat them. She didn't anything like that. She literally laid the babies, and then she never covered them up. She never sat on them. She never, like, took care of them. She just laid the babies and then ran away, and then they got cold. So that's pretty much how the first litter passed away.
Yeah,
Now,
unfortunately.
let me go to that. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Kathleen Cohn. Sending in the super chat. She says, wondering if you'll be making a slip and slide into a pool at the bottom of the hill below the treehouse and into a sand pit for the winter. That is a really freaking cool idea.
That would be really, really cool.
That is a really cool idea.
I need to find, I've been looking online actually for a slide, like, making company or something like that, because
it's going to be a long slide.
It's going to be a good long slide, and I'm going to have to talk to them and figure out exactly, you know, the exit, and make sure that the exit is long enough so they don't, you know, do the whole Aladdin thing, flying off with the carpet. Whee!
Yeah. Arabian Night, flying off. Off the Agrabah.
I mean, but yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone is sending love to David to come on. I talked to him this morning, guys. He's feeling it. He is definitely feeling it. Everyone's sending David love and prayers. Thank you so much for sending love and prayers to our good friend. He's got like the crud though, like the crud. So hopefully he'll be feeling a lot better. And if not, he's going to have to stay away on New Year's Eve because we don't want to be like passing it all around to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, since he's already been down for like a week, hopefully in another 3 days from now, when we're all ringing in the new year, he'll be better. We're all praying for him. I appreciate you guys loving on the fam bam. You guys are amazing.
No.
Tim says, Gary, we're going to have to stop waiting for Mike at 3MS to get a deer and get us another one. I passed a huge 10-point on the way to the movies last night.
I let a doe walk the other day.
He did.
I was sitting there looking at her. I was all excited and everything. I was looking at her and I was all, you know what? She's small. Like, she did not look like she was very old. Like, maybe was born, you know,
Like in
this
the
spring or whatever, and lost her dots and everything, and as an actual doe. But like, she's skinny. She don't look. I'll let her go. Let's let her turn into a mama.
Robert Young Jr. wants to know, will you be celebrating with fireworks or pew-pews at the strike of the new year? Most likely pew-pews.
And I have a feeling I'm going to actually end up doing something for this New Year's for that aspect.
Yeah.
We've got a daughter.
She's actually taking a test right now as we speak.
Yep. She is taking her hunting education course.
Yep.
She is 11 years old, not even 12 yet. But she is showing huge interest in skeet shooting.
Yeah, and one thing that's really cool with the schools and stuff out here, right? You know, in different areas of the country, they feel different kind of way about this kind of stuff. But one thing that we appreciate and we really like about living in this area is that they actually offer competitive skeet shooting as one of the extracurricular sports offered through the school.
Yep.
Our daughter Julia, she's 11, like we said, she's in 6th grade, and she had mentioned to us that she was interested in competitive skeet shooting.
Yep.
And the schools and stuff out here are very encouraging when it comes to the pew-pews, and they're very educational. They talk to the children about how it's a tool and how it's not just, they just give them the proper education that they need for those things. And so anyhow, she does have to have her hunter's license, so she is currently studying for that, and then in this next time when they go back to school, we're actually going to be putting her in that to be a competitive skeet shooter, which Mama's really good at that. I can help her out a lot in that area.
So I have a feeling that I might go down to Walmart and go pick up one of those slingers and a box of
and
some clays and whatnot, and we'll have some fun this New Year's.
That would be a lot of fun. I could show her how to do it and teach her the timing of it, because you actually
it's a lot. It's a lot to it. And
you want to count.
I'm happy that they required that class. To be quite honest, like that makes me happy. Like no tomorrow, because you technically don't need that class as at her age. From 6 to I think it's 6 to like 16, the kids, they actually get a hunting license and a fishing license for free.
Yeah.
They don't even have to pay for it. They just get it. They have to go with somebody that already has a hunting education course.
But
and
because it is
like
a firearm and safety is higher minded for us.
They say, hey, you have to have that. No, in the class.
Well, no, but for the class,
so,
but also for us. Even
like,
if
sweet.
it wasn't a requirement for her to do that course,
she would do it. Yeah.
We would make her do that course anyway, because it is a firearm.
Correct.
And we are very safety minded when it comes to firearms and with our children and stuff like that. But I will tell you this much: the first time that our son ever shot a firearm, he was only 2 years old. Oh. We train our kids to use them and know and respect and everything else. Now, it wasn't anything big and crazy or anything like that. And Daddy was really the one.
Like holding them.
Yeah, Daddy was really the one.
Everything else, but
the thing is that we have a very high respect for them. Our children have a very high respect for them. They know that they can be extremely dangerous, but also
they are, and they're. But yes, they.
So it's all good, but it's something that we do with
Julia
with our family.
Julia was actually kidding with me and was saying, "Daddy, I already know some of this stuff. You've told me a lot of You've told me a lot of this over and over again."
Well, then you should have no problem passing that test, kid. So, but let me see. I wish David would go to the doctors, especially he's been sick for so long, says Sue Wagner. We've been on him. Been on him. He's a grown man, though. You know, you can only whine and snivel so much. He's gonna get better, though. He is gonna get better. And the thing is that he does have Mike and Lissa with DD5 that are on the same property, but not the same property. They're just right there. And I know that Mike is, and Lissa, they're both keeping good watch out for Uncle David. So it's not that he's all alone. Like before DD5 came, I remember one year he did get really sick, and I had to make him soup and drive over the mountain and bring him soup. Knocked on the door, was all, "Brother, you alive?" He's all, "I'm dead, man. I'm dead." I'm like, "All right, well, here's some soup. I'm leaving it at the door, and I'm gonna drive away because I don't want your crud." He's all, "I appreciate you." So yeah, we watch out for each other, guys. No worries, we watch out for each other. Tim Piles, "Hi Sister Mel and hi Gary, can't wait to meet you guys in May." Yeah, so about that, guys, there's a lot of scuttle and confusion going around about that. Mike with DD5 is the man with the plan. He's the guy that's organizing the whole thing. We will, of course, help as we possibly can, but right now I'm still, honestly, it's a scramble to figure out what the heck is going on, and we got 5 months to figure it out. So I will let you guys know more information about that as it comes. But right now, if you guys want more info, go start harassing Mike at DD5. You did it to yourself, Mike. I love you, bro. I grew up with a firearm in the house and was taught to respect it, says Diana. Yes, yes, and I was too. And it's something that we, don't be I think the fear comes from not being educated. I think a lot of people are more so afraid of it because they don't know how to disarm it. They don't know how to clean it. They don't know what the different calibers are. They don't understand it. And because they don't have an education about it, the unknown is what's scary. And then they only get told, or seen what's on TV and in movies and on the news and stuff. And so that's what makes it scary.
Julia did bring up, she was like, "Man, they're talking about all of them, and they're talking about like all the different types and makes and what the bullets are and everything. I don't need to know all that." I was like,
yes,
"No, you do need to know that, because let me explain something. If you're using something like that, you need to know it inside and out. You can't just, oh, I'm using it. No, you got to have a respect for it and understand it and know it and everything else. It's the same thing with any tools, or if you're working on a car and you jack it up in the air and whatnot. You don't want to go free-nilly jack a vehicle up in the air and then get underneath it if you don't know what you're doing and how to do it safely. Like, it's the same concept, So know every aspect of it before you start getting into it and study every aspect of it.
Excuse me.
That's just the way it goes.
But I'm very excited, though, that she's showing a very large interest in doing sport skeet shooting. She'll be a great duck hunter one day.
Yeah.
She'll be able to do that very well. And that's one thing that I really loved doing, was skeet shooting. It's a lot of fun. I'm pretty good at it, if I don't mind saying so myself.
No.
And that's one thing that I can definitely teach her how to do a little bit better, as far as counting, measuring the distance between you and the weapon and how far away it is, because that has relative on when you want to pull and when you want to actually, and how far ahead you want to be. There is some sort of mathematics involved in it. Although math is not my strongest suit. That is Gary's suit. I'll be first to say that. But that is one thing that my brain can calculate quickly.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Anyways. So, about tomorrow, I better get feeling better very quickly, because as I was mentioning, we got some flurries up north, which means that we're probably only about 2 weeks away for some flurries ourselves.
Yep.
We've got the zip board on the siding. We don't have...
I've got a satellite up on top of the roof that I got to remove.
Yeah.
And feed the cord back through the rafters and everything else like that through that cord, which is fun, but I don't want to do that.
So we're gonna be doing the ice and water shield tomorrow. We need to get that up and get that done, so that way we're not that stress of, oh no, no, there's gonna be ice and there's gonna be all this snow and stuff.
All this water and all this everything else up there. And it's like every day you wake up to some dew up there and everything else like that, which it's still sealed, but yeah.
The more it freezes and melts and freezes and melts and stuff up there, the weaker the board is going to get. Now, we were just up there I say we, but he was just up there not too long ago, and he was feeling around, and there's no soggy spots. Everything still seems good.
Everything looks great up there. It's not, that zip board is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. So it's
worth every penny.
It is worth every penny. I'm super happy about that.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna ice and water shield the whole roof.
Yes. The
I
whole
ain't-
thing. The whole thing.
we ain't wasting it. Well, I guess somewhat. I guess we're wasting it because it's doing the whole roof. But we're
Technically,
gonna
you
be
don't have to do
protecting
the
it.
whole roof. You're only supposed to be doing like ridges and stuff. Or
The
the
valley,
end,
the valleys, and the end.
excuse me.
By like I think it's 4 feet from what it says on code.
Yeah.
But
But we're gonna, of course, go above and beyond and do the whole thing. Mostly one, so that way we know we don't have the.
well, I want to do a rain screen underneath there, and in doing so, we're going to be putting slats of wood over the whole roof, right? Or like every space amount, and every screw or nail or whatever we use to adhere that wood to the floor or to the roof, it's going to seal now because of the ice and water shield.
Yeah.
So it'll make it to where no matter what any screw or nail goes into that roof, it will be able to get sealed.
Yeah.
So
that's partly why we're doing it. Another
but it
reason
also
why we're doing
protects
it.
the whole roof.
Yeah, is because the whole roof will be protected and it will get us through winter.
Yep.
We're probably not going to be able to put the metal and stuff up on the actual and finish the roofing. I would say at the earliest, February or March. I mean, at the earliest.
No, that's if
Just-
we don't get too crazy.
It just
of
depends
snow or
on
anything
timing
else
and
like
stuff,
that.
right? But there's other things that we could do with our cabin in the meantime. But the ice and water shield is going to hold us off and hold us
4
over.
months is what it's calling for.
Yeah.
It's 4 months,
So
120 days.
we would have to have it done by April,
So
which we will. We're going to probably start working on it, like I said, maybe February, March. We'll start doing some of the other things to get
And
it
that
all
was-
tightened up.
that was the highest
Yeah.
exposure rating day wise.
It was the most expensive one, too.
It was.
They were proud of it.
Man.
I mean, that's what we have to do. I know that we don't have the most conventional build, and that other builders would have done this first, but they also wouldn't be living at their job site, you know,
in their job site.
in their job site. And it was either this or we continue living in a trailer with 3 kids, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore.
That extended the
my
time a
health
little
was
bit.
dwindling, guys. My health was
I'm not gonna lie,
dwindling.
it extended the time a little bit just because of that. But
Yeah.
in all reality wise, it's not extending it by much.
Look,
Like-
I'm happy with how everything's going. I'm totally happy, and I'm with the timeline of everything, with how everything's been going. The aggravation and shame is not coming from here.
I know.
It's external sources.
I know.
So, and I'm just rebuking that. I rebuke that. It's not. No.
I'm just saying.
No.
It's all getting together pretty good, and I'm looking forward to next year because next year is going to be a big year.
It should be, because so far this year in 2023, guys, at the beginning of this year, we didn't have anything upstairs. It was still just a flat roof. Gary was going up there, and it's not even a roof; it's the floor.
That was the floor, man.
And he was going up there and sweeping it every day, getting all the ice and getting all the water and stuff off of there to make sure that down here in the basement would stay dry. We had no yard really to speak of. We didn't have any animal areas. We had no garden. We had none of the fun things that we have over here for our children and for ourselves to continue to grow our homestead. So as you guys know, we spent the beginning of the year building out all of the stuff upstairs, doing all the framing, getting the cabin pretty much ready to go, saving our shekels along the way. And we started, then the summer came, and we decided that we were going to spend a lot of time with our family and with our friends, and also be working on some of the homestead stuff, getting our yards together. We ended up getting 2 more dogs that were just kind of literally dropped on us. We wanted to start doing some gardening. We wanted to get the chicken area ready, the rabbit area ready, so we can start growing our own food and, living off of the land that way, which we've been eating a lot of.
Yep.
It's like every time that I have chicken lately, it's from one of our birds, and we have eaten a couple of the rabbits and, the deer and stuff like that. So we're learning about how to be self-sufficient, and we're doing it. We're putting in the practice and the hard work.
That way, when the house is built and everything's all said and done, in that 5 years, we actually have a lot more of understanding and knowledge, and can put it more to the actual, the test, and put it into practice more.
Well, and also too, another reason why we've decided to take this year and kind of veer off a little bit from just focusing only on the house is because of mental and physical health.
Yep.
So those two are two very important things. You should be taking care of your mental health and you should be taking care of your physical health. Well, if you guys don't know, building a house and building a big structure like that is very physically intense
Demanding.
and very physically demanding. And when you have other little side projects like that, you're still working, you're still getting the physical, but it's not as intense. And plus, I'm going to go back to like Dave Ramsey, right? So when we first started our journey, we had to get debt free, right? And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because Dave talks about giving yourself small wins and small victories. That's why when you're getting out of debt, he wants you to align all of your debts from lowest to highest and start attacking the small ones first. So that way you're getting these little wins, these little victories, which gives you more momentum to attack the big one. And so when you're working and you're working as hard as we are, we're not detracting from the main cabin build. We're still going after it, but we're allowing ourselves to have these other smaller little victories along the way, like finishing out the garden area, like getting ourselves chicken area ready. And then it also in turn like helps our mental health because now in the morning I can go walk down and hang out with my chickens and say, "What's going on, Calvin?" And Calvin will cock-a-doodle-doo at me and it'll bring me some peace of mind. And it feels good, right? So you get the victory of completing a task from start to finish because it was a lot quicker to do. And then now, through the day-to-day, I got a little something that I can look forward to. Same thing with the gardening and so on and so forth. So I know that there's many different ways to go about doing this, and our journey is not going to look like somebody else's journey, and that is A-okay. And if you're watching this and you have a dream of doing this, your journey is 100% going to be different than ours, and that's okay. You got to allow yourself the fluidity to be able to roll with it as long as...
You got to do it the way that you want to do it, you know?
And just stay focused on
your
your
journey.
goal. The end
This
goal.
is our journey.
Yeah. The end goal is going to be us having
We're just crazy enough to film our journey and
put
bring
it out
you
there.
along with us.
Yeah, we're just crazy enough to film it and put it out there for everyone to see and say, "Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done this." And maybe you would have, but you wouldn't if you were us. Because we did it that way because we're us and we decided that. So if you were us, you wouldn't have done it a different way. You would have done it the way that we did it because we're us and we did it that way. Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense to me.
Anyways, rant, squirrel. I just want to be encouraging. And I guess I was just kind of recapping a little bit of what this year has entailed. And what next year hopefully will entail will be a lot of finishing up our cabin and getting us ready to move upstairs.
It's going to be a lot more finishing up on all the other stuff that we have planned out, you know? I mean, like, this next little bit, I can give you guys a little insight of what we're going to be doing up there. It's definitely the ice and water shield. We're going to definitely get back onto that deck and start doing more of that blocking. Get that ready to where I can start putting the roof over that decking area and start getting the actual decking material up there. And, but before all the decking material and before all the other stuff, we're going to mess with the roofs more so. And I think we're going to go back over to the front side and just...
And build out the mudroom.
Build out the mudroom.
Yeah, that's another reason why we haven't put on a roof onto the house, guys, is because, you know, that's why we started working on the decking. We're trying to figure out like the greatest plan of action. We're not builders, we're not architects, we're literally Mel and Gary.
Yep.
And we're just learning and doing as we go. One thing that we do know is that when you're doing the roofing, you got to start from the bottom and go to the top, right? Well, if all of the bottoms aren't built, how are we going to start from the bottom? That would be an overlapping. If we were to just roof the house right now and then build the other things later, granted, you could rip it off and add it from the bottom, but then that's ripping stuff off and going back on it, and it's like more work than you don't really want to do. So as long as the materials will have longevity and not wither away and rot and mold and like crumble, which it hasn't so far, Lord, please. So that's why we started working on the decking in the back first, is because it is going to be a covered deck, which is going to attach to the roofing. And then in the front area, we're going to have a mud room, which again is going to attach to the roofing. So you're probably right. You are probably right.
Yep, we got to get all those done.
First thing first, though, ice and water shield, because we know the snow's coming.
Ice and water shield, get the blocking in and get that roof done. Once that is done, we'll go over and we'll get those.
It's going to be
that
more
in.
concrete life reclaimed, more footers, more foundations. One of these days we'll be done with that.
I can't wait for it.
Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be hacking in your ears. I'm trying. Let's see. We do have some comments, guys. I went on a whole little rant tangent.
You don't say.
You don't say. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're
I get
good.
passionate.
You're
I get
good.
passionate.
You do
And
get passionate.
I'm very passionate about what we're doing. We worked so hard to be here, and we have so many encouraging comments from you guys. When I'm talking like that, I hope that you guys don't ever take offense to it, because 99.9% of you guys are super uplifting, and the other 1%, I'm not saying they're discouraging to us. They're discouraging on their own behalf. They can't see a way that they can do it, and I want to be encouraging to those people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to encourage them that they can do it too. You know, and remind them that, you know, when you're watching somebody else do it, that's not the blueprint on how it's going to be.
No.
Because life has its own way of showing its hand or whatever. Let me see. I'm still sick, guys. My brain's going faster. Ridge Life had flurries this morning and ran out of propane. Dang.
Know that life.
Luckily, the water wasn't frozen like the night before. Hey, I remember that trailer life.
Yeah.
I remember, bro. I remember. It wasn't that long ago. Ace Nope. Mel and Gary, y'all simply rock as parents, providers, and peeps. Spreading great vibes 100% of the time. Thank you, Ace.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. And as Gary would say... Those that know. Anyway. John Evans, they are calling for a winter storm the 6th and 7th in Maryland. Dang. I hope that you got the batten down the hatches, got all the stuff that you need to keep yourself warm. If you have a generator, make sure to fill up your gas can. If you don't have a generator, I would suggest looking into the Bluettis, not just because, you know, but because I love their products, and they are definitely a really nice backup to make sure that you have your refrigerators and like all the stuff. So they're great. Diana Pickering, as long as you're happy, that's what matters. Doing things in your own timeline, living life your own way.
Mm-hmm.
At least trying to.
At least trying to, at least.
Tim Piles, you guys came there with nothing and built it. You are to be proud of yourselves. You guys have done an amazing job. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. It's been one heck of a journey. And to those that are just kind of coming along and have missed, you know, we've been YouTubing since 2019. So our journey started with us out in Arizona, and we started just kind of recording our day-to-day life, and that's the beginning of our channel, and it's just followed us ever since then. That's why I guess I don't consider ourselves like a building channel, because when we first started our channel, we were just recording our life, and I've tried to stay consistent to that throughout the whole thing.
Just bringing you along with what's going on, and building just so happens to be part of our life right now.
Exactly. Now, there has been a slight change in some of our stuff. I don't put the kids on the channel as much as I used to. That's because my eyes had been opened. I was a bit more naive when we first started doing YouTube, and I don't want to go down the dark path or whatever. But I guess it's just something that as you grow as a channel, you start seeing more of what people are out there, right?
Yep.
And I don't like to give people too much access. And it's a weird thing because we're like sharing our life, and I want to be open, and I want to allow people to come in, but when you're just opening the door, anyone can walk through it. And so you have to be very protective of yourself and your family, and very private with certain information that you share. And so as much as we try to be like as transparent and as open about everything, there are certain things which anyone with a head on their shoulders would understand our reasoning behind being private about certain things, right? Yep. So we do share a lot with you guys that we feel comfortable with. There are some things, though, that we decide that we want to hold back. And that's another thing, too. Sometimes we get messages from people that really want to help us, and they want to help us come out to the property, and they want to build with us, or they want to meet us in person. And as much as I love you guys, and as much as I have to do some vetting, I have to. Yep. And it's nothing against any one person in particular or anything like that, but I hope that you guys understand it's nothing to do with like, oh, you know, like that particular person. It would be very dumb of me not to do some vetting. And I'll just say that in the past, we had been more relaxed about that. And certain things have come to our attention about other things without going too far into it. And it makes us, it opened our eyes. And so that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, I'm sorry I went off on another squirrel thing, and Gary's like tapping me. He's like, Mel, but it is what it is. So, anyways, we love our Blue Eddies is back to good. Main source for 3 years, and it hasn't had any issues. Love it.
Yep.
Aren't they nice? They're so nice. Oh, speaking of so nice, Gary, what you got that right there? Blue Eddy, they actually had sent us a Christmas present, and I wasn't planning on showing this with you guys. I just squirreled off. But Blue Eddy sent us a Christmas present for being partners with them this year. They're like, oh, thank you so much for a wonderful partnership. And I'm actually working with them in the background. I'm hoping that I can work out
I don't want to blind you guys.
a continuation partnership with them in this next new year. They have a lot of different products coming out on their product line.
Oh,
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
But they sent us this really cool light. It's we've been using it back and forth between the kids' playroom. This isn't something they sell. This is just a thank you gift that they sent us. But it hangs and stuff, and it's rechargeable, and it's got a bunch of different settings on it. You can, yeah, you can turn it up, turn it down. Where'd the little ball thing go for it?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to get the kids. I'm guaranteed they dropped it. But anyway, it's a really nice lamp. It has that stuff, and then they sent us like this little like fire. It's to cook coffee and the coffee grinder and stuff like that for off grid. I was like, oh wow, that's really neat. It's got a little coffee grinder and stuff, so that way you can hang it over a fire. And I was like, oh, that's really neat. They sent us a very nice thank you for partnering with us gift.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Nifty.
You can actually put this on the fire and stuff. I was like, that is so cool. We're going to have to use that one day. Take it out with us when we go camping and stuff. But anyway, squirrel. Squirrel. Here, read some of these comments, baby, while I put this away. You know how I do.
I know how you do. You're going squirrely like crazy. Squirrely.
Squirrely Mel. No, I'm like half on NyQuil and half on my brain is just going in 1,000 miles an hour. My brain's going 1,000 miles an hour because, you know, at the end of the year, I do the year-end review, and I kind of compile a video. If you're new and you didn't know, I like to do a year-end review video, and I like to take a look back and reflect on everything that year brought us. And this year has definitely been different than the last couple of years. And this year I feel like 2023, 2022, Gary and I grew a lot as people, as far as changing. A lot about us has changed for the better, but I feel like 2023, like this year, those changes really started to take hold and started to root out and started to really make us stronger. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like last year was a really big change for us.
Yes.
Personally, like in our who we are, where we want to be, where we want to go, personally, spiritually, like everything. It really changed us in a very good, positive way. Yep. But then this year was like things started to bloom out, and we really started to become more strong in who we changed into being. And we're still growing, and we're still growing, and we're still changing, and we're still learning, right? It's a never-ending process. But this year is we're starting to finally get a little bit of...
Yeah, a little bit more growth.
Yeah, just a little bit more. So...
I don't know where you were going with that. That's why I was like, huh?
I was hoping you would help me out with it.
I don't know where you're going. You're going this way, that way, and I'm just like, wait, trying to keep up with you there, baby.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Well, I was thinking about, you know, and like when I'm doing our year in review video, I'm looking at all of the different things, and I'm looking at the direction, and I'm looking at, you know, all the things, because I'm flashing back to 2022, even 2021, all the way back, right? And I'm thinking back to all those things, and I can see it. Like, I can legit see it. And I hope that I can show it to you guys in a way. But the things that we talked about in like 2019, like even when we first started our channel, and the direction and trajectory that we wanted to go at and what we wanted to do, we've stayed true to that.
Yeah.
And if anything, we've just grown even more, and it's been more eye-opening of an experience than I think that any of us would have even imagined it would have been. I think that we've learned even more, and that it's been just a greater journey than I think we had even anticipated.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I'm trying to find the right words.
I'm
My
just
brain and my heart know what I'm talking about, but my mouth won't catch up, all right? No, it doesn't make sense, but anyway. Gary Team, Casho Australia, other channels I watch are also doing same with kids. Was all good while younger, but now a bit more private. Don't blame y'all and totally understand. Yes. And you know, another thing too is this, like Gary and I were adults and we signed up for, and we know, like we signed up for YouTube. We know what we're doing about it, but they're kids, right? So they don't always want to be filmed. And also we don't always want everything about them to be filmed either. Or if we do film it, we save it for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they should be allowed privacy. Privacy is probably one of the most, underrated and least like it should be very highly protected, and we understand what we're doing when we allow our privacy to be not private. Like, we understand the ramifications of those things, we understand what we're doing, but kids don't necessarily fully understand.
No.
And I want them to have authority in their own private life when it comes to that.
Yes.
And so we always ask them before we just put things out on the internet. We always ask them and make sure that they're okay with it. And then I'm also very watchful about what it is and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways. But we can't avoid, I wouldn't want to, and we can't avoid putting them on our channel because they are a huge part of our life, right? It would be weird if all of a sudden, like, you know, we just didn't have any kids. Like,
Well,
there's such a huge part of our life.
I want to have that footage when we go back, you know, and look at it and everything else like that. But it's also one of those things like what you just said, you know. So
yeah,
it is what it is with it.
It is. It is what it is. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm kind of overheating. I'm getting like a hot flash right now all of a sudden.
Getting all warm?
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm just like, whew.
It stays nice and toasty in this room.
Yeah. It's because I'm sick, guys. I'm like, I don't have a high fever or anything, but I have like a medium, like low 100s type of fever. Sorry. Hold on. Go ahead and, you don't gotta wait for me to talk. You're always saying I talk so much. And then
I'm letting you speak, baby. You're speaking.
The silence makes me uncomfortable during live streams, all right? Quiet makes me feel very comfortable in my personal life. It's only when I'm live streaming or when I'm recording that, like, if there's too much dead air, I feel uncomfortable. Like,
no, I hear you.
You know?
Here, baby. I'm gonna let you speak.
The floor is yours, my
Go
love.
for it.
Okay. Brian Wilkerson, what's up, Mel and Gary? I just got here. Well, hello, Brian Wilkerson. Welcome, welcome. I'm having a hot flash. I'm kind of sick right now. So, anyway, I have Mr. Moon Clips. I have been lurking a while and wanted to ask: do you build small things to train yourself so when you go on the main build, then you know how to do it? I do.
Yes and no.
Me personally, yes.
I mean, the Playhouse is definitely, it was a fun thing, but it was also something to definitely, you know, test ourselves as well as like see how that's going to work out, because we're not builders. You know, I've read a lot on it, and I've read a lot of engineering books and a lot of code books of how and why and what's what and this what and So I mean, trying to put it into practice definitely is first before you go do like a house or anything else is probably smart. But we, I don't know, we sort of do a lot of everything back and forth.
I would say yes, because for instance, when we were building, like when we just started work on the playhouse, which the kids absolutely love, they have slept in there every single night. And yes, there's deadbolt locks and there's 24/7 video surveillance and we all have pew-pews. Let's just say that right now, and dogs. So nobody's gonna nothing, but they've been sleeping out there literally every single night since we put it up there. The kids absolutely love it. Their ideas are running wild with all the things that they want to do. But the playhouse build was definitely something new for us because we had never made a pier and beam foundation on a hill like that. So that was a first time for us, which is going to come in very handy when we go to do the mudroom in the front, because that's not level ground over there either, and we're going to have to do a very similar thing, not exactly the same, but very similar thing.
Oh, it's going to be a lot easier.
It will be. It'll be a lot easier.
It's going to be
so it's good that we
easier.
got the hard one out of the way, you know, with doing the playhouse. And same thing with like the ice and water shield. Now we do have a different product for the ice and water shield that's going to be on top of the house than the one that we used on the playhouse. But one thing that I thought was very interesting was I was assuming it was going to be super duper sticky, like a giant roll of flex tape or like some sort of tape, and it wasn't. It was more rubbery.
There's a lot more well, I mean, they're all basically the same aspect. It's asphalt on the back of it, and if it's cold, it's not going to really be too sticky, but if it's warm, it's sticky. And the stuff that we have, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more like the flex tape style, in a sense, where it is asphalt underneath it, but it's still like you better not have any waves in it while you're pulling it apart, because it will stick together, and now that whole piece right there is ruined.
Yeah.
Because it's stuck together. So
excuse me.
There was no on the stuff that we used for the playhouse, there wasn't anything on the box or in the instructions of saying, hey, only cut and use 10-foot sections to like 20-foot sections or whatever. Whereas that's how it is on the Grace ice and water shield. It says do not use more than 20-foot lengths. So
it's going to be different. It is going to be different, but it was good practice.
Yes.
And you know, same thing with like a lot of the stuff that we're doing. It's good practice, at least for me. I've never built anything like this before. The first and one and only time that I've ever actually been able to build anything by myself was when me and Roxanne built the well house, which I think turned out it's still standing. Yeah.
Still there.
It's still standing.
It's still there.
It's still standing. It's still doing good. It's still doing what it needs to do. It's in perfect working condition. But that was the only time that I had ever built anything, right? And so a lot of times when we're out here and we're working, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is a form of practice because I've never done it. And us doing what we're doing upstairs on the cabin, it is, you know, that's it. When it's done, it's done. So I appreciate having, you know, the chicken pecker palace to be able to work with. I appreciate being able to work with over at the rabbitry and now doing the kids' playhouse. What I think our next plan of action for the little bit is going to be doing the ice and water shield up on the roof, and I think after that, after we do the ice and water shield, we're gonna probably go to the playhouse and finish off like the siding for that, right? And get it dried in on the outside.
We can do that.
I'm just saying what you were talking to the kids about during their break.
Yeah, I wanna get the siding up there and everything, but yeah, we can get the siding up there and get all that done over there.
Anyway.
You're going like this, baby. You're binging back and forth. I'm trying to keep up with you, and I'm like,
my brain's going
what are you doing? I don't know where you're
going like that. I can't even notice it. It's part ADD, part medicine, part whatever. I don't know. Squirrel. Blame it on the squirrel. My train of thought seems linear to me. I guess it's not. I'm sorry. I don't know. He'll just laugh in my face, and that'll get me in my feelings. So keep laughing at me.
I love you, baby.
You're just gonna get me all in my
I'm just like,
feelings.
I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to follow through. I'm trying to keep up with you.
Okay, then
I
you.
just talked about the ice and water shield, and then we're gonna do the blocking, and now you're saying that we're gonna do the ice and water shield, and then we're gonna go and do the
Well, 'cause
playhouse
I
over
only
there.
know
So
what you were talking to me and the children about, like, before the live stream. Just because you said it right now, I'm trying to confirm. But if not, it's whatever.
It's all good.
I thought our plan was linear, but it's all good.
we will do that, baby. I'm fine. You okay?
I'm good. Keep laughing at me.
Hey, you can't laugh with you. I can't. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
But
okay?
I'm not laughing.
You're bouncing back and forth, and you know you're doing that. You're squirreling.
I'm squirreling. My bad, guys. My bad. Just like everything else in life, it's all my fault.
Oh my goodness.
It's my fault. So anyway, Julie starting over. Y'all are doing a great job with the homestead and many projects y'all have going on. Thank you. We're trying to keep it all in order. Obviously, we can't all the time, but we're doing the best we can.
Yes.
Sherry, I don't know if y'all saw my earlier question or not, but I just need to know, Mel, what are your favorite colors? Actually, purple and green. Green being my favorite color. I also love purple and I love blue. I love like those cool tones. They're very. I used to say my favorite color was the rainbow because I can't pick one. I always start picking one and then I pick another and another. The rainbow used to be my favorite color, but not so much these days. So now I just kind of focus more on green and then the cool tones. How about you, Gary? What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue?
Blue.
What kind of blue? Dark blue, light blue? There's so many shades of blue.
I like all the shades of blue. Like, I would have to say my favorite blue would probably be like a navy blue almost, or
Okay.
like the moderator blue type, like right in that ballpark.
Yeah. Let me see. Gary going to spend some time in the doghouse with some of these. No, he's going to spend some time in the deer stand. That's what he's going to do. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back to your comments. Ridge Life, how many dogs and cats live on the 41.36 now? A lot.
A lot.
I don't know about cats. You want to try to count the cats while I count the dogs? His face.
There's a lot.
Just
leave it at that. There's a lot of both.
I think that we have 6 dogs.
Yep.
And Anthony and Roxanne have 4, so there's 10 dogs on the property.
Yep.
And the cats, I don't know. There's a lot of cats. There's probably about just as many cats. I know that we have 2 over here, though, because we used to have more, but then I don't want to get into all that, but we used to have more, but we have 2 cats that live over here, and I think that there's like 5 or 6 over there. Mm-hmm. So there's probably 8 cats-ish.
Like I said, a lot.
Some of them are out. Some of them are just strictly outdoors, though, guys. Like they are there for a purpose, to hunt and to keep mice and things away, keep all the, those kinds of things. Actually, the cats can be good hunters with snakes too. They can alert you, and they'll mess around with snakes. And, yeah, they're great. Cats are wonderful to have around. Rick says, Mel, I was just gonna say deer stand. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
It's all good, guys. Me and Gary aren't upset with each other. Don't feel like that. We're married. No. I mean, Gary and I have been married for we've been married for 12 years. We've been together for over 13. We're actually going to be having our 13 wedding anniversary in 2024 because we got married in 2011. So, dang. I know. We've been together for over 13 years, closer to 14. So yes, naturally we're gonna, but we're married. It's don't be upset. I hope I'm not making you guys feel any kind of way. You guys are just hanging out with us. It's all good. Nobody's mad. Everything's all good. However, I'm not feeling the best. I probably should make that like nasty tea that I used to drink all the time.
You need to take some of that the garlic that you had, the garlic and honey and
I do.
olive or onion or whatever.
It's just garlic and honey. That's all it is. It's just garlic and honey. I will say though that garlic honey stuff, it works really good, but man, it makes your breath rank. It's rank, dude. Like hi guys, how are you doing?
Yep.
And it's gonna be like that SpongeBob meme, you know, the one where like the nose hairs curl and everybody runs, and then I'll be like sweating out garlic too. It's rank, but it works.
Man.
For sure. The SpongeBob meme. Hi.
Gnarly, dude.
It's gnarly. It's gnarly. I can't believe we've got 400 people hanging out with us on a random lunchtime live. What are you guys having for lunch? Because I'm kind of hungry. What are you guys eating? What are you eating?
You can heat up some of that scalloped potato.
I think I'm going to. Actually, I was thinking about turning the leftover scalloped potato into a soup. I was thinking about like turning...
A potato soup type thing?
Yeah, like a potato and ham soup type thing. So on
Sounds
Christmas, Anthony and Roxanne made delicious prime rib, and we all had all the fixings and stuff. I made a ham. There was lots of leftover ham and stuff. And so just the other day, I was trying to figure out what I could make with some of the leftover ham, and I came across a really good scalloped potato casserole recipe. And so I used some of the leftover ham, and I made like scalloped potatoes, and I put like this crusty crust on it, and with lots of cheese and stuff. And now I'm looking at those leftovers, and I'm trying to think of another something that I could make out of those leftovers, because I try to stretch, and maybe it's just because of how I was raised, right? But I try to stretch every morsel of food that we get.
Hey.
And like,
waste not, right?
Yeah, waste not, want not, something like that. But I try to stretch like every morsel of food, and like I will remake leftovers like 5 times if I have to, just so that way we don't waste food.
Chili beans were famous for that.
Yeah, chili bean. Like if I make a pot of beans, we're gonna be eating some sort of bean all week. There's gonna be beans in something. Like all week long, there's gonna be beans somewhere. And I do the same thing with rice too. Like if I make a pot of rice, then like something that we'll be eating will have rice in it like all week long. And so, yeah. So I was thinking I could take the scalloped potatoes that we have, the scalloped potato casserole, and I could turn it into like a type of soup.
Sounds good to me. It's cold.
It is cold. It's very
nice
cold.
Cold day today.
Although I'm hot, I'm sitting here in this. I'm still sweating. Like if you touch, I'm like wet. It's gross. Ugh. But it's cold outside. And a soup would be really good. Bob says tortilla soup, and then Rogue 53 says waste not, want not.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pinterest says. Jean says, Pinterest ham sliders, yum. Bridge Life, how much longer until the next season of Black Mirror? I'm not sure, and I wasn't super impressed with this season.
Man, yeah.
I love Black Mirror, though. Like, that's one of my favorite shows. But this last...
There was another... Man,
season wasn't... It was
What was
it was
that
mid.
one TV show that we watched, and we're all sitting there like... Well, it's gonna get good, man. It's getting really good, and then they ended it really crappy to where it was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's
what was
how
the
you
premise
ended
of
it.
We watched several shows like that.
No, I know. Shoot, it was what's her name from American Pageant or the Miss Congeniality or whatever. That lady, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Was her. It's on Netflix.
A series with her?
No,
or
it was
just
a movie.
Oh, that was where she's like with the blindfold.
No.
No.
I think it might not have been Sandra Bullock. Might have been somebody else. I could have sworn it was.
The movie?
The movie.
With Julia Roberts that we
Julia
just watched?
Roberts, that's who it
Yeah,
was,
you always confuse Julia Roberts and
Sorry.
Sandra Bullock.
Sorry.
They kind of look alike. They were really popular at the same time.
I'm started thinking about it. I was like, wait a second.
The End of the Earth or something like that.
Something like that.
Who knows what movie I'm talking about? What we're talking about? It's on Netflix. It's like the end of the earth or the end
Had
of
like
the...
100 deer in their backyard and whatnot. And
Dogcatcher is saying Birdhouse. Yeah, that's the Sandra Bullock one. What about the one with Julia Roberts? It's brand new. It's on Netflix.
I didn't like that, the way that
The ending of it, I was just like, this, you gotta be kidding me.
I
And I won't spill the beans, but man, the ending sucked. It was terrible. Like the
all
whole
that
movie, the whole
work
movie
up,
was
the whole
just like,
everything was like, it's getting intense,
getting somewhere.
intense, and something's gonna happen, and then
yeah,
they just ended it.
and
it
had Kevin Bacon in it too.
It did have Kevin Bacon in it.
Yeah. Gosh, who knows the
Gosh,
movie?
dang it, I can't remember the name. I always do that.
I think it's called the End of the World, or The End of the Earth, or something.
Something like that.
Kenosha, the Obama movie. Yeah, Obama helped produce it. He's got like, I don't know, ties with Netflix or something. That's not the only movie. He's got his fingers in quite a few other films that are coming out.
I don't know.
That's a whole tinfoil tiara subject that we shall not get into, at least not on this platform, because I enjoy having a career here. I love you guys. I'm just saying.
I hate when TV shows
we can
or
email
movies
each other
do
about
that,
those
though.
topics.
I hate when they do that. They sit there and they have a good premises, a good everything, and then they end up all of a sudden just ending it. And
Rich
you're like,
Life, Leave the World Behind. Perfect. Thank you. That was it.
That one.
The Airbnb movie, yes, Dorian. That was it.
Don't waste your time. I'm just saying.
Don't waste your time. It was frustrating because it was so good. Like it
was so good, and then the way that they ended, it was like
all of a sudden just nothing.
You didn't explain anything at all. Like, great.
It just went.
You freaking.
That was a waste of an hour and a half or whatever it was.
No, it's like 2 hours.
Felt after the end of it. Felt like you got robbed. Time you'll never get back. My bad. Average Life ending sucked. Yes, it did. The ending was terrible, guys. Amino, I watched it last now, and yes, the end was just wow. I just stared at the TV.
Exactly.
Same. We were just sitting there like, what?
Huh?
What?
That's how. What?
You're really gonna do us dirty like that?
Huh?
You really gonna do us dirty like that? They did. They didn't even care. Not a care in the world. And they're like, yeah. And you guys watched it too. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Guess the joke's on us because we all watched it.
No, what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna make a second one. That's gonna explain everything that they just, that they left off. It's the same thing that happened in the Bird Box.
Did they make a part 1, part 2 of it?
They did make a part 2.
The
part 2 was great. The part 2 was an amazing one. Yeah, they actually talked about a little bit more of it and was like,
I missed that
now
one.
I understand a lot more of this. But yeah, no.
I guess I missed that part. That one.
Mark my words. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna
make
a second.
2.
They're gonna make a part 2, and it's gonna be great. Way better than the first one.
Dory says, I was so into it, and then, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it was, man.
It was a buzzkill like no tomorrow.
Dog catcher. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
Yep.
My voice sucks.
Thanks for the sub.
Oh, hey, thanks for the sub, James Fitzgerald. Squirrel dance.
Hey.
Squirrel dance. Squirrel dance. Squirrel dance. Yeah, no, they've got a lot of stuff out there, guys. But you know what? Honestly, we watch a lot of YouTube, catch up with our Fran Bam.
Yep.
A lot of times when we're watching stuff, it's more for the educational purposes, learn how to do things. If I could suggest, which Gary will definitely back me up on this one, if you guys are out there learning and trying to learn how to build stuff and wanting to learn how to do things in the proper way, highly suggest it is the Perkins Brothers Builders, the Build Show. They are amazing.
Well, the Build Show is different,
Well,
but yes, Build Show is with Matt Reisinger.
Matt Reisinger and the Perkins Brothers Builders.
Yes.
So there's a couple different channels, but they are amazing. Gary watches them all the time, and that's actually where Gary took a lot of his information and tried it himself to figure out how it's working. But when we were doing the decking, like all of the decking front for our, anyway, yeah, that's where he got that. So they are really great. We're big fans, very big fans of theirs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lila Newton, how's Come On feeling? Better, I hope. I talked with him this morning. He's still not feeling that hot. Yeah. But guys, we already sat here and blabbed with you guys for all this time. Do you guys have any other questions or anything? I don't have any, I don't have anything ready to go for you guys on Simple Life, and I'm not feeling very good. I still need to record some stuff in order to finish and make a video for you guys for Simple Life, catching you guys up to everything that we got done for the kids' playhouse.
Yep.
I still need to record some more stuff so that way it'll all make sense and make a video. But I don't feel good. I'm not feeling that good. And I got New Year's Eve coming up, and I have so much going on, so I don't think I'm going to get to going out and recording anything today, especially if Gary wants to go out and do the ice and water shield tomorrow. I need to kind of like lay low.
It's fine, baby. Lay low. Relax. Try to get better.
I am.
Because
We've got a busy day tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I mean, worst case scenario, if you're not feeling good, I'm just going to leave you on the ground.
Yeah. Cutmaster 5000.
While I walk around up there.
I'll chest mount you again. We're just gonna have to make sure that it's pointing down more. I tried. Yeah, we tried.
Yep.
But we could always do that. I don't know, cause I don't know how it's gonna work out. Cause I don't know how good I'm gonna feel.
I know.
But I would like to try. I would like to try.
Tomorrow's
gonna be
the best. Well, tomorrow's gonna be the warmest day in the next like week. So.
Well, we gotta.
If it ain't happening tomorrow, it's gonna be slim picking.
Well, like I was saying, like if the people up a little bit north of us, our neighbors in Missouri, if they're getting it, it's not that far away until we're gonna start getting it.
We normally get slammed right around Christmas to New Year's. Mm-hmm. Because of this whole stuff with the El Nino or whatever the heck.
The El Nino.
Right? It's supposed to hit us like 2 weeks later. So it's probably not going to hit us until about your birthday.
Probably.
You know, but in
there's
all
always
reality
snow
wise,
on my birthday.
There's always a chance from New Year's to your birthday in that ballpark.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not be messing with that in the freezing cold like that.
Because once it snows and then we have that shield of ice up there, we're going to have to wait for it to melt.
Yep. And then dry.
Before we can go up there and do the ice and water shield. So if we don't do it tomorrow, then we're really asking for it. So
correct.
I will take all the Dayquil and I will take that nasty tea and the garlic.
Where I'm looking at it. So tomorrow is going to be a fun day. We're going to get that done.
Yeah.
That'll be situated and I'll be able to sleep a little easier at night. And yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that done tomorrow. And yeah, I think as far as video content, guys, I'm gonna try if I feel good. It probably won't. I don't know. I do want to get out the footage to finish out the kids' playhouse and show you guys how that turned out and have them show you guys how they have it all set up and have them do their little tour before, But I just don't know. I don't have enough footage to make that into its own video. We were doing a lot of time lapsing that day. And so there's no audio, and it's all just, and I don't have enough footage for that to be a full video, and I don't feel good today, so I don't want to necessarily go out and record something and slap it all together just for the sake of putting out a video if it's going to just be kind of a meh.
No.
I'd rather it be something nicer than just meh, I don't know.
No.
Anyway. And I got to get busy working on ice and water shield with you, and then I got to get busy on working on the year in review, which I'm very excited for, guys, because that brings up so many feels for me. Looking back,
you're gonna see a lot of work done in a year.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
I need to get that drone flying around before the storms roll in. That way you can see some good beginning of the year footage with the drone, and then like the end of the year footage with the drone.
Yep.
I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty cool to show you guys because it's a lot.
I'm really looking forward to this next year, because it's going to be a lot of tying things up, a lot of buttoning things up.
And a lot of getting stuff going on the cabin again. Now we're going to start focusing. We've got a couple of things we got to button up, right? But we really want to start focusing this next year. I think is going to be a very big push on the cabin upstairs. Now that we have a lot of our other little areas situated. There was a question on any plans for any larger animals, asking from Lila, Miss Lila.
We do plan on getting some bigger animals this next year. We are planning on getting some no-shear sheep and possibly some goats, and we'll see what happens from there. I feel like I would like to get pigs, but I'm not trying to bite off too much more.
Pigs you gotta be careful with because they can really make humans sick.
Correct. You have to do it right.
Yeah.
You can't Can't just get them and be like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. You know, we've got to find a really good spot for them where it's not going to be getting down into the creek beds or anything else like that. And
Yeah, like where the water drainage
where's
goes
the water
and stuff,
drainage is going to
and
be,
flowing
and where is it
and-
going to be flowing? Is it not going to go this way or that way? I don't want to contaminate anything downstream or anything else this way or that way. And there's a lot of thinking about it and planning beforehand. So.
Yeah. How are their bunnies in their new spot? Wants to know from Joyce.
They seem to be doing pretty good. They're pretty happy. They're a lot more confined in that area, and you know, they're not as they don't have a lot of like the wind hitting them anymore. They don't have a lot more of like if the dogs are running around or anything else like that, they can't really see them too well.
They're
They're
more
a lot
tucked
more
away.
tucked away, so they're a lot more secure. You
Yeah.
know.
And then Sue wants to know how many full bathrooms upstairs.
2. So we're gonna have 3 full bathrooms.
Yeah.
Once it's all said and done. And I'm looking forward to that because I can't wait until I have at least one more bathroom in this house because everybody's sharing one bathroom, you know, it makes it a little rough in the mornings. I gotta go to the bathroom, get out!
Yeah. The bathroom is always being used. I
Yep.
guarantee you there's somebody in the bathroom right now.
Oh yeah, I just heard somebody walk in there.
Yeah.
So,
But no, we'll have 3 full bathrooms. We'll have
2
2
upstairs,
upstairs,
and one down.
one in the master bedroom, one in the hallway, and then the one down here in the basement. So it'll definitely make life a lot nicer.
No.
I'm
Me and you
very
will be fighting over our bathroom, and the kids will be fighting over the next 2, you know?
yeah.
But it makes it nice because for the most part, you know, if Julia or Scarlett need to go to the bathroom, they can share a bathroom per se, right? While Abe can use the other bathroom.
Yeah. It'll
You
be
know.
okay. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. I'm excited
it
to get
nice.
the cabin upstairs done though, and then all this space down here in the basement is going to be like open hangout space, storage, etc., and upstairs is going to be, you know, the house. So, and then now that the kids have that playroom off over there, it's going to even make things even nicer. Like I'm just so excited, guys. And I know, you know, us veering off and doing the playhouse, the playroom and whatnot for the kids over there. We needed to do that for our kids, so that way they had some place, you know, to call their own and to be able to play and, you know, have their own
They
space.
are enjoying that area like no tomorrow, and I'm enjoying that the kids are enjoying that area.
Oh,
Like no tomorrow.
you want to know something really cool that I got for them too? I did get some intercoms, so that way when the kids are up playing inside, and all it takes is power, like a USB power. So even one of those small little like
Blocks.
battery bank block things would be able to power it up. But we do have the Jackery in there for them. And anyhow, we have intercoms, so that way as the kids are upstairs in their playhouse and it's dinner time, so now I'm getting cold again. I got the chills. Anyway, we can beep each other and I can say dinner's ready, you know, and then they know to come down. Or like just last night, we rented them the new Trolls movie, the
Nope.
Trolls rock band or
Whatever
whatever
Trolls
it
3.
is, the new Trolls movie. They were like asking us questions on how do they play it and all this and everything, and I got it all set up without having to run in and out, in and out, in and out.
It's pretty nice.
Makes it very nice.
It's pretty nice.
But let me see. I think I don't know if the chat stopped or if everyone's getting quiet and we've already worn out our welcome, but we are gonna be getting rolling, guys. Oh no, my phone just messed up.
You were on top chat, not
I
all
guess.
chat.
I was like, I don't know, the chat seems to be dead now. So I don't know if we wore out our welcome and
Sorry, you guys.
should
We
get
were
some
in the
mosey
wrong
in.
spot.
My bad. I know. So let me see. Gary, you like your fasteners all tied and buttoned up.
Mm-hmm.
Says Mr. Dogcatcher. Dorian says, we would watch a meh video just to support because we love y'all. Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you so much. I don't want to do that though to you guys. You know, I do take pride in the work, and sometimes, yes, there are meh videos every once in a while. That's just because it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Life is not always, you know, so exciting and so glamorous, and we don't fake it just to make it seem as if it is. what, you know, what happens is what happens. We don't, you know, fake a bunch of stuff just to make something more exciting. So yeah, sometimes there are my videos, and I appreciate that. But this one, I want to button it up to where it's not, you know, you guys had been watching this whole time of us building this playhouse and getting it up to this point. I don't want to just put out a, here you go, because I'm sick. I don't know. I know you guys would. I appreciate that you guys love us so much. Mr. Paul Honeyman. Hey, Mr. Paul. Uncle Paul.
going on, buddy?
Good to see you in here, sir. Heavy flurrying here in Virginia. Lemon and honey will help with the cough, Mel. Wishing y'all a wonderful 2024, says Gail. Thank you, Miss Gail. I hope that you have a wonderful one too, sweetie. Sue says, thank you. The 3-bathroom will be great for the 5 of you. Yes. Yes. Ridge Life, if you were a Spice Girl, which one would you be, Mel? Posh, scary baby, ginger, or sporty? That is so funny that you bring that up, because once upon a time, I was a Spice Girl. Just kidding. No, I grew up in the era where when the Spice Girls were really popular, I was still in elementary school, and like I was in 5th grade, so it's still elementary. But anyway, me and my little group of girlfriends, we all would play and pretend that we were like Spice Girls and sing their songs and everything. I was always Ginger Spice. She was my favorite. My favorite. And then of course she had to be the one to break up the band. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna, and Norman says, still here, just quiet. Yeah, good to have you guys in here. I see you guys. Double sinks upstairs, Rogue 53. For our master bathroom?
Probably not, unfortunately. Just
Yeah.
because of the way that the layout is and everything else like that. It's just going to be one single sink, and it's the same thing in the kids' room up there, or the kids' one up there. However, if we wanted to, we could revamp this bathroom down here and put a double sink in there.
We could put one in here, but I don't think we will. We probably won't. We might, but I don't think we will.
This is the only bathroom that would have
The space.
the space for it.
Now, upstairs, like all of the bedrooms and all of the space upstairs is pretty small because we sacrificed.
Pretty minimalist.
Yeah, very minimalist. We sacrifice space upstairs so that way, one, everyone can have their own room, and the girls didn't have to share one. And then 2, knowing that we have this basement down here, we were okay with having smaller bedrooms and smaller, you know, living room and kitchen and stuff, because we do have this basement down here, which is going to be a huge family room,
Yep.
you know, playroom area and, you know, storage and stuff like that. So, like, there are certain things with our house upstairs that is, like, we're not going to have...
It's 1,000 square feet. It's not...
It's just over 1,000 square feet, and we're cramming
1,089.
a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house.
That's from the outer exterior, not the inner exterior wise or anything else.
So it's not huge, but because we have the downstairs too, that gives us more space. I'm so sorry, guys. And then we also have the kids' playroom, which gives them more space too. So.
Yep.
Dridge Life. Ginger, I guessed it. Yeah, I was Ginger. Blessings are us Homestead. Love being able to see a live stream, but Mel, you need to get off here and go get some rest. I will. Yep. I am. I just want to answer any last questions because we've already gone over on time. I might as well round it up to a solid hour and a half since we've already gone over by an hour and 25. We'll hang out with you guys for 5 more minutes if you guys have any other questions or any other suggestions that we can be open for. Otherwise, we'll just keep doing what we're doing and blabbering on and on. But we will be getting off of here in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'm going to grab my little sweater. I'm cold now. Now I'm cold.
Hot, cold, hot,
Hot,
cold.
cold, hot, cold. I know
That's
it.
never fun right there.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm curious on the exact square footage. To be quite honest, I'm really curious on that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get a tape measure out and do that exactly. Add it all together.
Add up all the square footage.
Add up the whole square footage of it and all and everything.
Well,
because, like I said, it's 1,089 on the outer exterior, but you're losing, 5.5 per side, so it's almost a foot.
Aeronix 1979 says,
I'm just
when?
saying. Get you a point.
When? When? Soon. Soon. That's all we could say is soon. We're trying. Angel Britton says, love you guys. We love you back. Thank you for being here with us. Thanks for spending time with us. We have approximately 600 square feet, says Rogue 53. You know, that could work out too. I guess it depends on how you work the space as well. Like how much you capitalize on each square footage of that space. You can do a lot vertically, right? You can put a lot of stuff up. And we learned that by living tiny in the trailer.
Yeah, that was only
You know?
240 square feet.
Yeah, 240 square feet. No pop outs. It was a 24-foot trailer with no pop outs, nothing. I mean, their little canvas one for Julia's bed, but it was just a bed.
Pretty positive that's included in the 24
I
foot
think it is too. I think it is too. Otherwise, it would have been like a 20-foot trailer. But then you got that extra four feet. Anyway,
Yeah.
if we could do it, y'all could do it. We made it work, and utilize every square inch that you got.
Yeah.
Yep. Are y'all going to make a dedicated studio? I would love to have a dedicated studio. Gary, you see that face? You see that face, Gary House? I would love to have a dedicated studio.
I'll build you your own little she shack, all right? You just figure out where you want it.
I just don't know where we would put it. As of right now, like in our plans, where the office space is right now, down here inside my future storage pantry, this is always probably going to be where my computer area is.
I can always build a
There's no
taller
room for it anywhere
garage.
else.
I can always build a taller garage and put a room up on top. Make an office in the garage on the top.
I mean, maybe, but I don't want to be invading your space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to...
You'd have to deal with all the noise of the garage.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm working on something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to be a smart... That's why I said I'll build you a she shed. I mean, it'll be your shed.
Maybe.
Your little tiny house.
But for now, like in the future and stuff, here inside the basement, this is where like the computer desk and where like all the stuff is going to end up staying. Because there's no room upstairs to bring the desk. And I, for one, don't want it into the main living room area where everyone's going to be hanging out and playing and stuff, because the noise will drive me nuts. When I'm editing, like, it irritates me when people even walk past me in my peripheral, because as you guys know, like, concentration and my brain will squirrel off to this and that. So like, I need my own space where people are not bothering me while I'm editing, because of my brain. Like, I'll lose concentration, and then it'll have to take me a while to get back to what I was doing. And anyway, Brenda says, I hope you have a fantastic New Year, Mel and Gary. Sending you prayers for you to feel better soon, Mel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Paul, if you're going to have any of my hot Todds, you need to use my recipe. Yum, but minus the whiskey part. Wishing all on the 41.36 everything they wish themselves for 2024. Stay safe and well, and good luck in all you do, says Ian. Thank you so much, Ian.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Noise, Mel. Kick the munchkins to their own little house to get rowdy. See, they were arguing over the bathroom. And
we were just talking about that.
Somebody's always in the bathroom. They were trying to get in and out of that bathroom. But guys, we are going to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today and watching today's episode. I hope we answered as many questions as possible. Yes. We may or may not be back here tomorrow for just a standard regular episode of Real Talk with SLR. I guess it kind of depends on how I'm feeling and how the day's going and stuff.
Yep.
But we are going to be getting busy with the Ice and Water Shield tomorrow. We should be able to get some things recorded so I can wrap up what I've already got in the can for the playhouse and I guess the finishing off of it to this point. And I'll try to get some videos out for you guys soon, but no promises. No promises.
Yes.
Just stay tuned and keep notifications turned on and know that we love you guys. And thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys always pour on our family and being here with us and sharing the journey with us. It really means the world.
Yes.
So we do gotta run. Thank you so much for being here. And until the next one, friends, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.